I want to thank you for your interest in our rent-to-own program. I want to just define for some of you what rent-to-own means first. Rent-to-own does not equal your standard rent. A lot of times buyers will call us and say, yeah, I understand what rent-to-own is. I'm going to rent for a while. I'm trying to get used to the area, and then I may or may not like it. I may or may not buy. The challenge with that, guys, is that the prices, especially in the market we're in right now, are going like this finally. They're rising. And as a renter, you're going to constantly fight that treadmill because you go to rent, you might be working on your credit or working on saving a down payment, which is most people, and meanwhile the prices are flying right by you. The rent-to-own program, as you'll see here in the video, as well as the buyer Q&A videos, is going to lock in your price day one. So just like a homeowner, even though you are renting while you're in this process, just like a homeowner, you're locking in the upside potential of the market. All of that is accumulating to your benefit. Now, about 80% of the market right now, depending on where you live, about 80% of the market cannot qualify for a loan in their present state, or they want more time to qualify even better, meaning better rate, more down payment, etc. So what are some reasons why people can't qualify? Well, bad or no credit is the big one. Sometimes that's caused by divorce or a breakup, death, bankruptcy. Sometimes people are self-employed, which we know here, we're all self-employed. And what happens is maybe the credit's great, but the lender wants to see some time, what the banks call seasoning. Could have been a foreclosure, and many buyers come to us with foreclosure, bankruptcies, things like that, and they need time to go ahead and fix that with the credit repair company. Now, let me walk you through what that means when I say credit repair company, and then the steps that we'll take here, and I do encourage you to watch the buyer Q&A videos after this. So the pre-screen company is not us, it's a third-party company. You can actually, at the end of this, I'll give you their website. You can be proactive and go ahead and get started on that on your own, whether you look at one of our homes or not. What they do is they're going to talk to you, and they're going to look at your whole picture. Your income, your debt-to-income ratios, what debt you have there, what needs to be paid off, what doesn't. There's a very specific strategy for that. It's not just pay everything off and look better. So be very careful of that so you don't waste money doing that or time. They'll then tell us, okay, I spoke with this individual or this couple, and their mortgage ready date is going to be 12 months, 18 months, 24, could be 36, whatever time frame they think it's going to be necessary to get you qualified, to get your financing, and to get you to what we call the finish line. Those dates are then going to coincide with the lease purchase that we structure with you so that you have time to get this done and you're not under any pressure. Now, what does the rent-to-own process look like? Well, you're going to first find a home that you like on our site. If you don't find one on our site, you can actually find a for sale by owner in your particular area, or perhaps a home that was on the market in your particular area and didn't sell, and you're welcome to give us a call and give us that. But you can get updates from our site constantly by just registering your email, and you'll make sure you get those before the market gets those. So after you find a home, you're going to set up a viewing with us. Some are empty and very quickly can get you in by a lockbox, and some are going to be accompanied showings because our partner or the past seller may still be in the home. You're number 3 going to fill out what we call the rent-to-own next step. That's going to give us a little bit better picture. Even if you did it online, it's going to give us a better picture of your job, your income, how long you've been there, your current landlord situation, everything of that nature. You're then going to set up, after we see that next step form come over by email or by fax, you're going to set up what we call a buyer's meeting. And at that buyer's meeting, it's important, of course, we saw the application, but we want to meet you face to face. There's a lot more value in that, and you likewise would like to meet us, I'm sure, and get a comfort level. So at that buyer's meeting, we're going to do what's called a buyer letter of intent, and that buyer letter of intent is simply going to outline the steps and the terms and the dates and everything that we've talked about up to that point, kind of like a summary. You're going to put down a small binder deposit. That's 100% refundable, especially if you're not accepted. That goes back to you right away. Once we accept you, and we'll explain this at the meeting, then obviously that goes forward to a signing and gets applied to your home. So it's just a binder deposit to hold your application until such time we make a decision internally to accept you or not for the program. After that buyer's meeting, let's say you're accepted, you're notified, 2, 3, 4, maybe up to 7 days, not longer than that, later, you're in the attorney's office or our office with our attorney signing the formal lease purchase agreement and the necessary forms that support that. The deposit, I mentioned a binder deposit. A further deposit will be needed at the signing, or sometimes it's done over time, I'll explain that, and that's roughly 3 to 10%. And I know that's a big range. Why is that? Well, some homes are in more demand than others. Most banks, when you go finance 12, 24, 36 months later, are going to want to see at least 3 to 3.5, if not 10 for some of the higher end homes, sometimes as much as 20. So again, this whole process is to set you up not just to get your credit better, but to get your deposit stronger and to get you the best rate at the end of this process. Not just to get financed, but to get the best rate. Now, can you do 3 to 10% up front? You can. You will look stronger against other applicants if you do. However, many people, many of our buyers, I'd say 80% of them, do that over time. They might do that with a tax refund. They might do that by pulling some money out of a 401k at work. They might do that from family help or family members coming into the property with them. Credit cards, bonuses from work. We recently put a state trooper in a home. He had retroactive pay as he was about to become a sergeant, and he coincided those dates with us, so he gave us chunks of deposits as he went. Now he gets to the end finish line to go finance, he's going to have upwards of 7.5%, 8%. That looks very, very strong with the banks. So that's what I mean by deposit. Now I said earlier on, if you want to get a jump on the credit repair, go ahead and go to mycreditteam.com, mycreditteam.com. Put in a promo code, PREFO. They'll know that you work within our program. Paul is the owner of that company, or his wife Joanne. They'll both help you. mycreditteam.com, promo code PREFO. Hope this was helpful, guys. Go ahead and jump on the other area of the site that has the buyer Q&A on it, and we look forward to getting you into a home.